So YouTube, I know I haven't posted in a while, but I'll tell you what's been going on. So, number one, I got rid of my Tascam Model 24. It's not here anymore. I sold it. I sold it, used that money to replace it with the RME Fireface 800 and Fireface 400 and two Patchbays. In this video, I'll explain why I did that. So the reason I got rid of the Model 24 was because I didn't have enough outputs. I liked how I had so many inputs. I could input everything. I record everything into Pro Tools. But alright, so I had it in Pro Tools, so what I wanted to do was send it out of there, put it on these faders, mix it, and then get the mix from here and print it back into Pro Tools, you know what I mean? I could have done it on the Model 24, like using that board, but I wanted these EQs on it, you know what I mean? So I didn't have enough outputs, only had like the main outs, like a sub out, and that was pretty much it. So that's why I got rid of it. I didn't have enough outputs for what I wanted to do, and yeah, that's why I got rid of it. It was great board. It was very versatile, but yeah, I just didn't have enough outputs for what I was intended to use for. So to solve my problem, this is what I got. I got this rack thing. I got this Furman power conditioner. I got the RME Fireface 800, Fireface 400, and I got two Patchbays. So this has 10 inputs, 10 outputs, and then I extended that to have 8 more inputs and 8 more outputs using ADAT. These are old. I gotta use a Firewire adapter to connect it to my computer, but it works. And I got so much I/O. The only thing is, this is kind of noisy. I don't know if y'all can hear. It's got high pitch. It's so old, it might just be faulty. I don't know, but I'm gonna sell it. Use that money, buy a new one. Buy like another one, I should say. So this gives me the flexibility I wanted. I have a lot of inputs. I can have everything going. And then I have a lot of outputs. I can send a lot of things out into the board. So now what I did was have all the ins and outs routed or connected to these Patchbays. So I have the outputs up here. MPC, the RME outs, TAG direct outs, all my outs for my instruments, my synths, my turntable, and then everything, right? And then I have all the inputs on the bottom. So I got the line in for the TAC, I got the line in for the interfaces, I even got the line in for sample in for the MPC, and then the 505. I have everything normaled down, so here to there I don't need any cable. From here to there I don't need any cable. To the workflow, to the thing I'm used to. So in this way I have a lot of flexibility. So when I'm making a beat, you know, I'm making it, I'm monitoring through MPC, put it in here so I can hear what I'm doing. I send it out direct outs into the thing on the mixer, and then from the mixer I mix it, use the EQs, get it how I want it. Direct outs come out of there into the interface in my computer, and I could have the TAC out also. So if I wanted to record that, just do that. Now I'm recording the mix plus the direct out, so I could have a lot of flexibility when I'm mixing. And then when I want to mix the beat even further, I could send it out, right? So I'm coming out of the outputs one. So then, like I was, my camera died. So like I was saying, I could come out of outputs 1 and 2, and then I could go into the line in on the TAC mixer. You know, I could do it for my outputs 1 through 8 or whatever, because the TAC only has 8 inputs. Well, yeah, for the channel. So 1 through 8, do that. Now I have it on the board, mix it on there, and then depending how I want to do it, I could, you know, check out the direct outs again, or I could just do, or I could just record. I could just record the mix only. 1 and 2. Boom. You know what I mean? This gives me a lot of flexibility on the Patchbay, so that's why I did it. Again, the Tascam Model 24 is a great thing, but I wanted more out of my setup. I wanted more routing capabilities, and this does it for me, man. So this is what's been happening. Everything else is pretty much the same. Just to expand a little bit more so y'all could really get it, on the Patchbay. So I have all my 8 outs going into the Patchbay. I have this going to the Patchbay. I have the outputs of this going to the Patchbay. I have this going into the Patchbay. Right? I have everything. I don't know if y'all can see that. So I have all the inputs of here going to the Patchbay. So with the Patchbay, I have the outputs on my MPC, route them into the inputs on my TAC mixer, then the direct outs, or the main out, the direct outs, they go into, I have them routed going in my interface, they go into Pro Tools. Boom, I have everything in Pro Tools. Once I have everything in Pro Tools, I can use the outputs of the RME output of Pro Tools RME. It goes into the inputs of the TAC mixer. I have everything here. You know, I could do a lot of things. So I could have like buses. So I have like a stereo group for drums, stereo group for guitar, stereo group for whatever, and then like two mono for vocals. Use these hardware EQs. Have it nice, the mix. Have it how I want it. Send it the main outs back into Pro Tools, and that'll be my mix. You know what I mean? That's what I wanted to do, and I couldn't do that with the Tascam Model 24. I could do it with the RMEs because the very flexible I/O, and I could do it because of the Patchbay, because it allows me to send signal however I would like. So man, even I could send it out of the interface. I could have it go to the 505, and out of the 505 I could have it go into the mixer. Boom. Or even, let's say I'm making a mix in the box. I have the fucking mix in the box, you know, I'm using all these virtual plugins. What I could do is have like a send, or have an insert point to come out of there, come out of the RME, have the RME, have it routed to the 404, use the compressor on the 404, route it back in, boom, and have that effect going through the 404 compression from the in the box, you know what I mean? So it's really cool, very handy. So that's why I did it. So yeah, YouTube, it's a pretty quick video. I just wanted to explain why I got rid of my Tascam Model 24, and wanted to show you guys what I replaced it with and why I did that, why I did all of that. It was cool, you know. Tascam Model 24 is my first experience multi-tracking my beats and having everything separate in the DAW. That's what I wanted it for. But now that I've learned more, I wanted to do more. So then I couldn't do it with the Model 24, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get rid of it, I'm gonna sell it, use that money to get these interfaces and a Patchbay and all the necessary cables, so I could route everything into the Patchbay, and then use the inputs and outputs of the interface to run the signal flow how I wanted it to. So yeah, I don't know, hopefully this makes sense to you guys and why it's such a big thing. Because before I would have to unplug, replug, move shit around, or just have it stagnant how I had it. It was cool. I'm telling you, it was cool for the moment, but I wanted to do more. And yeah, I hope this inspired you. If you have any questions about the patch bay or the interface, leave some comments. I'll try to answer them, or I might make a separate video explaining more on the patch bay. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. I got a fucking lunch break Beats patch 3 came out. Makes all them shits on the API 1608 MI. Y'all give it a listen. I think it sounds cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I might sell the Fireface 400. Makes a lot of noise. I'm gonna use that same money and buy another Fireface 400. Hope that one doesn't make any noise. But that's my plan. I know I haven't been making beats. I've been finishing up my program. But once I get that done, I'm gonna try to make more beats. But really, my focus will be getting an internship in the studio and getting that real world experience. You know what I mean? So yeah, thank y'all for sticking around and watching this video. Oh, I'm telling you again, I hope it helped. I hope y'all got like a different perspective or a different idea of what your setup could be. You know, might be like finding a bottleneck in your setup and replacing it so you can have more flexibility, more usage out of your equipment that you have already. You know what I mean? So yeah, have a good one.